thought, great, I can start over again. Nobody knows me. They don't have expectations of me. And then 1 week before I was about to move across the country, I found out I was pregnant. And I didn't think about it. I just went into fix-it mode. I went into like, what are we going to do? And I made an appointment at an abortion clinic and went the next morning, had an abortion. And another thing that I just was like, I never want to talk about this again. I never want to talk about it. And it was the first time in my life that I thought, if I don't wake up tomorrow, God, that would be my preference. And I moved across the country. And for the first couple of months, it was better because I felt like I don't know anyone, nobody knows me. I can kind of like relax, maybe find a little freedom. And then I found out that everywhere you go, there you are. You actually can't escape yourself. And the pain follows you, you know? So I had to really start looking in the closet of my life and acknowledging that there were real things that I didn't know how to deal with. And I had never had the tools to deal with and I had to find them, had to figure that out. I met these awesome believers on my job. And they were the first Christians I'd ever met who were so non-judgmental, and they would come out with me for coffee, they'd ask me to dinner, and then eventually I was like, can I come to church with you? I have never met believers this kind to a crazy person like me. And so they were wonderful, and I ended up going to their church, and it was the start of my faith community. And I heard a woman stand up in church and preach, and not only did she preach, but she told her story of sexual brokenness, and she talked about the abuse in her life. And for the first time, I was like, oh, we talk about this? And also God cares about this, and there's an intersection of my pain and my faith. And it was the first time that I just allowed myself to accept God and to allow him back into my life and just say, God, you know what, this is where I am. I can't fix it anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of pretending. Like, I'm coming at you as I am. Like, please make something of my life. And then began the recovery process of, you know, therapy, support groups, serving, all the different things that you do to work the steps. And so now I have 16 years of sobriety under my belt, which I'm very, very proud of. And met my husband through that faith community. We have 2 little boys. Moved to Manhattan, where it's wild and crazy. Not that LA wasn't, it's just a different wild. And so God's done so much, and I don't mean to shrink that down as if that wasn't a very hard journey, and as if it isn't still painful sometimes. But I think that's the power of truth-telling, is that it never ends. You know, truth-telling is strong because we have to take our mask off all the time. Like, we never lose that temptation to value image over integrity. That's always going to be a temptation for me. It would be a temptation for me to walk in pride and to not reveal myself as God created me, and not to reveal what I'm going through, but I have to take that courageous step to do that regularly. And I think it's important for us to teach people how to do that.